Hi, welcome to the Frugal Kitchen. My name's Natalie. I'm a child-free wife and ferret mom. My husband and I just moved from Chicago to Scottsdale, Arizona for his new job. And we've kind of finished unpacking and things are still a huge mess and I'm not sure what to do with what we've got. I don't know about you, but I move around a lot and I've found out that I thought the thing I loved the most about moving was picking out new organizing stuff to put around the house. But now I realize I don't like that because everything that we had in our old kitchen drawers no longer fits in these kitchen drawers. And I think it's because the kitchen drawers aren't as deep as the kitchen cabinets. And this is a rental, so what are you gonna do? Not much. But I don't wanna throw out the stuff that we bought a year ago when we bought our condo because we were not expecting to move. But now I have to find new things and it's kind of a headache and a hassle. So I'll show you what the kitchen looks like now and then I'll figure out what I'm going to use to organize it, buy those things, hopefully it won't cost too much, and then show you my process of pulling everything out of its space, putting it back, and then what it looks like. Okay, so here is the kitchen. It is a pretty good sized kitchen. We have a 1-bedroom apartment. This kitchen is not the smallest and not the biggest we've ever had. We had a smaller one in Chicago. We had a bigger one in our most recent Chicago condo. This kitchen is great because it does have cabinet pantry. However, the cabinet pantry does not go back as far as you think. Most of them are as deep as the cabinet. This builder put a wall thing here. I don't know if that's some sort of support post. And the cabinets are only like a foot deep. So there's not a lot of storage options here. I think we can fit everything in the kitchen. It's just that I don't know where it goes and what to do. This bucket is for our compost. There is a compost company that picks up our food scraps and will compost for us off-site. Started doing that when we lived in Chicago and I loved it and realized I could not ever go back to not composting. I baked cookies yesterday and this is just how it looks. I did it like this. There's a big hole here because there was a repair that maintenance needed to do and he got injured during the repair. So this is still in progress. Some of these, oh my God, I didn't even put that away. That's my cookies from yesterday, guys. Some of these are finished, like this drawer, or this cabinet is as good as it's gonna get. And this one as well, because I can't fit another shelf on top because those freaking brackets for the doors, the hinges are in the way. That's unfortunate. And I've been working at the counter because there's no desk for me yet. So that's what we have. We're gonna figure out what to do for the pantry because that's a big thing. And the spices in our old kitchen used to be in a drawer, but none of the drawers here are big enough to put them in. Also, there's only 4 smallish sized drawers and they are occupied. Amazon just emailed me to say a package arrived and it looks like it's the magnetic spice racks that I wanted to use. So let's see how these work. These look nice. It's a rough galvanized metal. They also come with these little hooks, which we don't need because our kitchen isn't very small, but I think this would be really good for small kitchens if you have access to the side of the refrigerator, because what you're supposed to do is, oh God, that's strong. That's really strong. I can barely move it. Not that I have a lot of upper body strength to begin with. Forgot to open these drawers earlier. This is literally like this because our silverware tray is too big for this tiny, tiny drawer. Even though the counters are as deep as any old counter, the drawers are not as deep as the counter. Who decided that was design? It's not design, that's chaos. Same thing for this one. I didn't even unwrap those because I was like, well, I don't know where they're going to go, so I'll just keep them protected for now. It's just like this, and we're using it like this. It sucks.
Okay, so this is the utensil organizer that I got, and this is an extra one that I got kind of just to get free shipping, but I thought it was going to fit. Looks like it doesn't. Kind of disappointing. I'll have to put it in a different drawer. Scott really loves the bamboo organizers. They are pricey, although those two were from Target. They were Threshold brand, and the utensil organizer was $12. The smaller one was $9. I think if I keep moving a lot, I'm just going to forget about bamboo and go with plastic because cost wise, if I have to keep replacing them, that's just not going to be something I'd like to do.
I thought I'd be able to fit more in this drawer, but I guess when you are a renter or you're in a small space, all the rules go out the window. I also never thought to consider the height of a utensil tray because these knives are, I don't know, hope they don't fall out of their containers, their little spaces. That would be very annoying. These don't have a home yet, but I think I'm going to put them on command strips here. Command strips are very hard to get off of a wall, drywall. I've had no luck ever. I know that everybody online says they're great for renters, but every time I've used command strips on a wall, they have destroyed the texture and the drywall and the paint. Well, I guess not the drywall, but everything that's underneath the paint. They just rip it right off. So cabinets are a little different because they're not as, I don't know, delicate as a wall. Our old utensil drawer or utensil bamboo tray had something like this to separate these utensils. This one's not quite long enough. Scott is going to get a longer one at the hardware store at some point. But I guess they kind of fit-ish, so I'm just going to leave these here for now. I have these because the utensils you see here, the silverware, I inherited from my grandma last year, and back in the day, people had 2 different sizes of forks and spoons, and these days, I don't think people starting a household even consider that. Like, our last set that didn't match did not have any different sizes, but this one does, and I kind of want to use them because it reminds me of home. So that's why we have that. I think it's pine, that pine divider. And in our other one, we've, used it works fine. Like, you can get out whatever size you want without much trouble, assuming they fit. All right, moving on to this section of the kitchen.
Feel like I am going crazy, keep it down. You look good, you know it. I can tell you're soaking up all of it now.
We haven't had a junk drawer in a really long time, but this drawer I think, in our old place basically was the junk drawer. It has a bunch of random kitchen stuff. Some of them are sort of similar, like there's some cookie stuff and some candy making stuff, but for the most part, it's just random kitchen stuff that we had no other place to put it in. And now it's like overflowing and kind of taking up too much space in the drawer. There was some really gross stain that I don't think you can see on camera. Like it would not come off. So I'm gonna put contact paper on it. I think it's removable contact paper because it seemed to be not all that sticky. But we were using this to cover raw wood for desks that we made. Scott made one a while back for himself, and he made me one just yesterday. So we have some extra contact paper, which I'm going to use to cover some of the stains in the drawers because I don't know what happened here, but it's dirty or just ugly. You don't want someone else's stains on your stuff. Your stain's fine, but not someone else's.
Hey, hey, listen to what I say, let's get to it and we won't tell nobody, yeah, we won't tell nobody, yeah. Hey, hey, listen to what I say, let's get to it and we won't tell nobody, yeah, we won't tell nobody, yeah. I can't fight this feeling when you give me those eyes, yeah, baby, you control me, and I need to find your loving, baby. Baby, you own my mind, and I'll give you my body. Don't know what I'm doing, feel like I am going crazy. Keep it down, keep it down. You look good, you know it. I can tell you're soaking up all of it now. Hey, 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 listen to what I say, let's get to it and we won't tell nobody, yeah, we won't tell nobody.
Okay, so organizing this kitchen has been frustrating to say the least. These things all came from one drawer that was about yay wide and certainly deeper, because none of my drawer organizers work in here. I had some bamboo drawer organizers that were, I think, 17 inches long at the shortest part, and they're the kind that have the flexible spring thing so they expand. They are way too long for, well, actually, no, they're, I want to say, a 1/4 inch too long for this drawer, which is like, can I tear my hair out now, please? So I can't use those, and they don't fit in anything else that we own here. But I think I'm going to hang on to them in case we move again sometime soon, because I am kind of tired of buying organizing stuff. What I did end up buying for this drawer, and it hasn't arrived yet, is something that I use in my dresser to organize my socks and underwear. It's plastic. You cut it to size, and there are two like sticky ends that you put wherever you want. So you can make squares, you can make long dividers, you can kind of do any kind of 90-degree angle shape that you want. So I'm going to do that for this. They aren't due to arrive until next Thursday, I believe. So what I had done was order a bunch of things from the Container Store, and instead of delivery or instead of just going there and picking it up, I did ship to store or whatever it's called, and they don't let you pick up your order until all items are available. And I have in that order also something for these pans, because I don't like this either, having them on top of each other and falling on doing whatever they want. That order contains a pot and pan organizer, drawer organizers for this, and a couple other things that I don't remember what they are now, but I guess when I see them next week, I'll be surprised and happy that I got them, because I know I remember needing them very much. One more thing, if you saw the tiny glass containers, I decided that they go up here because we had the room. I think these things came from IKEA, and I have these silicone lids because originally they had plastic lids and they kept splitting. And I found silicone ones on eBay, and they're working great. And we use this sometimes for baking, but mostly for ferret-related stuff. Usually it's medication that we have to mix with something that tastes good because the medication itself is horrible.
Okay, setting up the super exciting, I don't know why I like these so much, spice racks on the refrigerator. I think maybe I like them because I know that they're going to fit in another place as long as we have access to the side of the fridge, which we have for almost every place we've lived in. I like that they're black, same color as the side of the fridge, so they kind of blend in. Um, my design style lately has been very monochromatic. I like black and white and gray, and black and white especially because they blend into the wall if your wall is white, and then black because, like you see here, it's blending into the fridge, so it takes up less visual space. And I'm talking like an interior designer, and I'm not that at all, but I know what I like, and that is it. And trying to figure out where to put those measuring spoons and measuring cups because I decided instead of hanging them in the cabinet, because A, I had no more command hooks, just plenty of strips. Then I've remembered these things come with hooks, and I was like, oh yeah, great, that's exactly what we'll do. So I'm going to do that. And the spice jars are too deep in these particular magnetic shelves. And I don't mind that because I do have labels on the top and the sides. If I'd only done labels on the side or the front of the jar, I probably would not want this. But I like having labels on the top too because a lot of spice racks are those tiered things where you see multiples in front of the other, like they're on bleachers. You know what I'm talking about. Those, for some reason, everywhere I put my labels, I guess I got to change where I put my labels. You can't read what's behind the spices in front, so they don't really serve a great purpose, in my opinion. But I like these.
Here's the spices now. By the way, if you want these square spice jars, they're called French square. That's the style. I got these on Amazon a couple years ago when the pandemic started, and I was deciding that we needed to uniform our spices because they were being displayed. They were not displayed in our condo that we just moved from. We moved twice during the pandemic. It sucks. So these, I'm going to grab the level and make sure they're level, but you don't really have to do that because they're not really going to fall or tilt or anything. And if you have a big jar like this Red Hot, what is this called? Oh yeah, Frank's Red Hot. You could also put it here, it will fit. I don't think I bought anything brand new, like bin-wise. I did get some stuff from Goodwill, and then I have a few extras that we used to own from other places we lived that I'm going to put in this space. These are the Valentine's chocolates I gave Scott, which I guess was this past Monday as I'm recording this. He's only got a few left. I have pre-diabetes and I don't eat real chocolate very often, but I'm going to steal one because I haven't done that yet. Oh, caramel. Look at me. I'm also one of those people, there's like 5 of us in the whole world, who love every single flavor of chocolates in a box. I don't care if it's got fruit in it. I don't care if it's just weird inside. I'll eat it. I love it. I decided that the second from the top shelf is going to be for cooking things, not snacks. I don't know if I need a basket. It's also not that big of a cabinet, so that's another reason why we may not need a basket or a bin or anything for it. So I'm just going to leave it like that for a while, and if it works after a few weeks, then good, and if it doesn't work, fix it. And this is one of my favorite products. It's reusable freezer bags, and they're also dishwasher safe. I don't know if they're microwave safe. No, it doesn't say microwave, it just says dishwasher and freezer safe. These are gallon size reusable bags. I wash them by hand just because it's very tall for our dishwasher to really get into it very easily. They're way, way, way cheaper than Stasher bags. They come in normal bag sizes. Stasher has a half-gallon bag, and last time I looked, that was the biggest they had. But I needed a gallon for our ferret's duck soup, which I put in ice cube trays. I freeze, and I pop those out and put them into a big gallon freezer bag, and that lasts us like 3 months. They get their duck soup every day. So I need a container, because this is like all I have for the freezer bags. I also usually put meat in here when I do eat meat, which is not often anymore. And I've been trying to find a container, like a plastic container that's the right size, and I can't find one. So I'm sad. I'm just going to stuff all these in the cabinet in a messy array because I have no containers that fit these either. And it seems like all the plastic bag, aluminum foil containers or storage options either go over the cabinet door, and all of our cabinets have shelves that block those kind of contraptions from working, or they're things that you put in a drawer, and I feel like maybe they're too big for this, or I don't want to spend $40 on a bamboo, plastic bag organizer, especially since we don't even buy plastic bags. These plastic bags we've had for probably 3 years because we tried to do a little more zero waste and environmentally friendly. So I don't buy plastic bags. We've had roll of paper towels for 1 year, so I don't need that kind of storage. $40 to store plastic bags that I don't even buy. And those are really in right now, so watch out when you see those. I don't think they're all they're cracked up to be. I'll just organize these in, these also have no box because we've had them for so long. So here's what's going on now, and it looks like a disaster. I couldn't fit the foil long ways in the pantry thingy because the pantry thingy, as stated before, is about 11 or 12 inches deep, and it does not fit long ways. You can see it from the top, so at least I can see which one's what, and I don't have to dig behind things. I do need something. Wait a minute. Are these these big ass bags are I forget what size they are, but they're from Target and they're storage bags, they're not food bags. And we put them with that stuff because we were putting a lot of our items when we pack them into bags just to make them easier to contain and remember where they are. But this actually normally is stored in our closet, like it's with our craft stuff. So I'm just going to get that out of here. Now these, I guess they're close to they're gallon size. I'll just put them here. All right. So that's most of the bags. That's the bags, and that's the covers, foil, saran wrap bags. I could probably stand them up if I wanted to change the shelf size. I might do that. Actually, let's do that right now. So here's what I did off camera, and I like that a lot more. And let's just put that shelf down a little bit. So these annoying things are a pain in the butt to move your shelves. But Scott told me, so that I don't break a nail and kill myself, that I could put something like a flathead screwdriver in right here as you're moving it, and then do one side first. So all the left and all the right. Don't do the fronts and then the backs, because then it won't come up and it'll be stuck. So we're gonna move this one down a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the cabinet pantry is finished. Scott's snacks are at the top, followed by food we need for cooking, followed by my snacks, followed by storage that is long and skinny. And the bottom two are empty. I don't know what's gonna go in this one. Maybe extra snacks, overflow. This one was originally going to house our compost bin, but then we realized that our freezer, where we normally store our food scraps, was much too small to store a month's worth of compost before putting it out into the hall for pickup. So we're gonna store the compost bin outside, covered, and hopefully we won't ever smell it, but we also don't ever go outside anyway. Junk drawer, nothing's in it yet. It's just here. This is a cabinet that houses measuring cups, our food processor, and our Vitamix blender. I have always used the cabinets underneath the sink to house garbage and recycling. I don't know why everybody doesn't do this, because when you have a lid on your garbage can and you open the lid and then it closes, there's a big breeze of stink that comes at you. And that's not the case with garbage cans that are just open underneath the sink. This is a thin garbage can. I think Scott got it from Menards, which is a Midwestern hardware store. It's thin because it would not fit because of this dumb old disposal, which we don't use because we compost our food. So that's that. That's the recycling. The Maricopa County has some sort of, I don't know, agreement with trash valet, whatever the hell trash valet is. Every single apartment community has trash valet, and you can't opt out of it. It's $15 a month at our community. We don't even use it, and it's dumb. You just put your stuff outside and someone picks it up, but the trash chute is not far away, so why bother? This is a knife block Scott found at Goodwill for $7. I think he told me it was originally $130, so that's awesome. We were going to have a magnetic knife bar, I guess, sticky taped to the tile, but he had oiled it before we moved and it was not holding any sticky substances. So we got this instead. It stands up by itself, so it takes up counter space, but we didn't mind because it's pretty thin. These are our plates. Nothing special happened here. At one point, we did have too many plates for this to work without an extra bit of height, so Scott put wood at the bottom of it, and I want to say staples, maybe? But now we don't have as many plates. We do have too many food containers. We mostly use Scott's Rubbermaid ones here, the red lids and the big ones in the back. But I like the other ones because they're sized well for my lunchbox that I take to work when I do work in person. And right now that hasn't been happening because I work for a company that's fully remote, but I want to hang on to those in case I need them for lunches at work. And these Rubbermaid containers, we put all of our baking stuff in. The medium grain rice one is mislabeled. It's actually oatmeal now. And you see some fake sugar because I have a insulin thing going on. We have our KitchenAid stand mixer out. We have silicone spoon rest from the Container Store. And here's that drawer you saw me organized today. I wish everybody just made full extension drawers because I can't put anything back here right now because it just can't reach. It's too much stuff blocking it because it doesn't come out all the way. Here's some bowls, ferret food, strainer, and a popcorn maker. Rice cooker, because I'm Cajun and I make a lot of rice, even though I'm not supposed to, because of the carbs. Another big Tupperware container thing that I don't want to get rid of. And ice cube trays and a bowl for the ferret soup. These, we just kind of left the way it was at our old place. It's really full. I would prefer we have fewer things, but we both like different tools, and so we haven't been able to get rid of any of these yet. That's oil, salt, pepper, extra storage, towels. Scott made this as well. You can buy one just like it at the Container Store, but they're pricey. Food scale, aka ferret scale, cheese slicer, more containers that work in my lunchbox best. Oh, and I have to label this. It should say baking. Maybe I don't need to label it. There's nothing else in this kitchen that's going to get labeled, and that's Scott's Dutch oven. Scott's very much in love with his Breville toaster. He mostly uses it for toast, and when I ate mozzarella sticks, we used it for that a lot too. So this cabinet will be different. I actually have 2 Lazy Susans that are on the way. But here's kind of what it looks like for the most part. These are all round things, as I mentioned. I only want to put round things on round surfaces or round storage because you fit more. This is party supplies. I use these when we have parties. There's a bunch of serving utensils that match our fancy utensils I inherited from my grandma. And that is a food saver, which we don't use much anymore. This is a wreck, but there will be things in here to divide up the spaces. This is also wrecked because the maintenance has not been able to fix this yet. These will have some dividers down here, but not up here. I'm not sure what to do there. Pot holders. Fit. Bakingware, cutting boards. Fancy spice rack. Scott came home while I was filming and we rearranged the measuring cups. We had an extra magnetic thing there, magnetic hook. It's much more easy to access now. That's where we keep our booze because I can't reach it and we only use it when we have parties. Sous vide equipment. Our fridge has just a shopping list on it, timer, and one of those measuring, dividing things. We took all the stuff off the front because it was kind of messy and just put it on the side. Pantry, Scott's snacks, food ingredients, Natalie's snacks, and storage. And that's it. Thank you so much for coming with me while I organized the kitchen. I know it's not fully done, but we had to finish it up because we're having a party this weekend, and the extra items were not coming in time, so I had to get it at least presentable. So hopefully I'll have a chance to show you the full thing in this video. But stick around because I'm going to be organizing the bathroom, our master closet, And I'll also have some new recipes for you and a house tour, because I really like watching house tours. I don't know about you, especially apartments, like studios and one bedrooms. I just love seeing how people organize small spaces. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.